We are about to reveal the 5 worst money mistakes that we have ever made. Hi, I'm Hope.
And I'm Larry.
From Under the Median. That's right, we are going to tell you all the really stupid things that we have done so that you can avoid making the mistakes that we have made. So, is there time for all this?
Oh, I don't know. That's going to take a long time.
No, we're going to do just the top 5. Oh. That's why there's going to be time.
That's good.
We're going to list them in like ascending order. So we'll start with the least worst and work our way up to the worst mistake that we have made. So coming in at number 5 is
not having a budget. Now, fortunately, it didn't take us too long into our marriage to figure out that we needed this little
That's right. So the whole story is, this is also known as the story of the bank statement that showed that we were broke. So we got married in June, and the bank statement came in August, at the end of August. So y'all, this did not take us too long to be flat broke. And the bank statement came and I opened it and it said we had like $29. Now, you have to understand that we belong to a credit union, so to have an account, you have to keep at least $25 in it. So for all intents and purposes, we were completely broke until the next paycheck came. And that actually, you know, that was kind of a blessing in disguise, because that was like that grand moment where I thought, we have a problem.
Yeah.
And we need to get this under control before it becomes a real problem. And that was the moment at which I thought, I am going to start reading, I'm going to start researching, I am going to start figuring this thing out. So, our 5th worst mistake, not having a budget. Coming in at number 4.
Well, we took some bad advice on getting a payday loan.
That's it. This is also known as the story of that time we took a payday loan. I just saw jaws drop. Okay, so the story is we were getting new windows in the house.
Yeah, and they offered us 0% financing. And we were told by a very prominent family member that we respected their opinion that it was a good idea to take out a payday loan, because all that money then would be gaining interest in your bank account.
That's right. Why take, and we had cash to pay for it. Okay, so you have to understand that. We had cash sitting in the bank. It was even allocated for this project, and we could have paid cash. And instead, we listened to some really well-meaning but bad advice and took out a loan. Now, in our defense, we did not realize it was with a payday loan company. We just knew they were offering what it was 180 days, same as cash. So it was 6 months.
So why is it bad to take out a payday loan?
Because they are not philanthropic people. They are making these loans at 0% interest, because 75% of loans that are made on 0% interest are not repaid on time. All you need to do is miss a payment or be late on a payment, and your interest rate skyrockets. People don't read the fine line. It's a huge interest rate. And not only that, you can be on month 6. All right, so it's 6 months, same as cash. You can be making that last payment, be late on that last payment, and you will owe that astronomical interest rate backdated all the way back to day 1 of the loan. So don't take them.
So to fix it, we paid it off early. I think we only made a couple payments.
We made 2 payments. Well, the thing came in the mail, like the booklet, the payment booklet, and I saw the name on the envelope, and it was a very, very well-known payday loan company. And I thought, I got this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's like when you realize, oh, I've really messed up. And I think we made 2 payments, and I was like, I can't take this, because we actually had paid off the house. We paid our first house off in 5 years, so the house was paid for. And I was not used to making any payments on anything. And I couldn't take it. And I walked into the company and I said, "Hi, I'm going to pay my loan off." And she looked at me and she said, "Really?" And I said, yes, I'm just going to pay it in full today. If you'll just tell me how much it is, I'll write out a check. And she leaned forward and she said, "Honey, are you sure you have the money to do this? Are you sure you want to do this?" And I looked at her, and with a zeal generally reserved for repenting at a revival meeting, I slid that check across the desk and said, "Take my money." So that was mistake number 4. Coming in at number 3.
Well, we panicked during an emergency. I got into a car accident with one of our little cars, and it totaled it. And we needed another car. She was getting a ride to work, and we didn't want to keep inconveniencing her coworker. So we went out and we bought a station wagon that actually defaulted on the test drive.
It broke down on the test drive, and we still bought it.
I believe the fuel pump went out. And so the car had to be towed from where we were, but we still bought the car, and it turned out to be a bad car. Bottom line, bad car, bad investment.
What a surprise, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is we had this rule, because this happened to Larry like when he was in high school. He test drove a car, it broke when he was test driving it, and it was a bad car, and he said, "I will never do that again." And we did it, but we did it because we panicked in an emergency.
Well, we just thought we needed to hurry up and get a car, and we should have done a little more research. Usually I'm pretty good about doing that, but
and that car cost us like a lot of money.
Well, we ended up we missed a vacation to the Smoky Mountains because of the amount of money we had to put into repairs.
We kept our vacation plans kept getting closer to home, and they kept getting shorter.
We moved it to Wisconsin, and then we ended up at a state park about 60 miles away.
Yes, so it was bad. It was a bad deal.
Yeah,
the car was gone after that.
Never again. Live and learn.
Mistake number 2.
This is a Dave Ramsey principle.
Yes.
Not giving every dollar a job. And that's one of the things.
Right. So the principle is you should give every dollar a job and to do, and that's what we were not doing.
But now, what does that mean exactly, to give every dollar a job?
So what happened to us is we finally put a little bit in savings, right? And we were looking at that savings as one big, beautiful green hunk of money with no job to do. It was just there, which of course meant that it was like free to use for whatever we wanted to use it for. And so we decided to replace a vehicle, and we bought a van for
$17,000.
And we should have been looking for a van for
about $8,000, maybe.
That's right. Because there were that money that was sitting in that account should have had other jobs to do. We should have been doing other things with it.
Yeah, when you don't give every job or every dollar a job, then you're not really looking at the whole picture.
That's right.
And there was a lot more to that picture that we weren't looking at, and that goes to our next point of
the number
failure.
1, drum roll. The number 1 worst mistake we have made with money was
not saving for retirement early.
Yes. Larry was in his 40s before we finally started putting any appreciable amount of money toward retirement. Why was that a mistake, honey?
Well, had we started earlier, I might be retired now.
That's right. There you go.
And we would have a little better nest egg. So
that's right.
Once you can only save so much so quickly. And frankly, we did have a lot of other goals. I understand why we didn't do it, but hindsight is always really clear. Had we listened to really good financial advice, we would have started as soon as we got married. That would have been the time to have started
the retirement plan. So
really, if you start when you're 18, that's a really good time to
as
start.
Soon as you get that job. And I will say that both of our older sons they're 21 and 23, and they were already saving for retirement, so they have learned from our mistakes.
Yeah.
But the top 2 mistakes, the one thing I notice in these top 2 mistakes is the fact that you have to have written goals.
Yeah.
Even if you are living on a low income, and remember, we were raising 4 sons on an income which was consistently under the national U.S. median income. So even if you have a low income, you're not excused from the step of writing short, medium, and long-term goals. So now is a great time to educate yourself. And if you need more help, we have got you covered. I want to remind you that there's a free ebook there's a link in the description of this video, and you can request that free ebook. It's a resource that will help you learn to set some goals, set some savings goals, and also set some goals for paying off debt. It's yours absolutely free. Hey, be sure to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to Under the Medium before you leave today, because every Monday we drop a new video that shows you exactly how you can live with a spirit of joy and abundance on a shoestring budget. We are about to reveal our 5 worst money mistakes that we have made in 32 years of marriage.
I haven't made any mistakes.
Okay. And the intro goes in there?
Yeah.
Da-da, music, music, music.
We don't have to. I just paused the
Okay.
tape on that.